Alabama, Lone Stop, Mississippi, Possum Point, Georgia, Miami.
Who's Amy?
Miami.
Hey, you mean your Amy?
Bo Hunkers.
Bo Hookers?
Bo Hunkers.
Bo Hunkers?
Oh, I beg your pardon. Hoboken.
Hoboken. Oh, well, Mr. Conductor, I want to go to Hot Town.
Hot Town?
Yes, sir.
That's the last stop.
Last
All aboard.
All right, sir.
Hey everyone. Oh, you're going to be getting a lot of the old man grunting noises today, aren't you? We'll start it up and we'll see if there's music inside. If there's music inside, that's great. If not, we'll put some music outside. Let's get chat right up and running.
Tethercat said 1-2. Tethercat said 3-4.
That is really small. Ooh, what's going on there? Something didn't authorize. What's going on, chat rat? What are you doing? Oh, that's what it is. There we go. Let's make that a bit bigger so it's legible. Okay, I think that's all right. Main menu. That was loud. That was loud. I'm gonna... Oh yeah, that's ramped up. There we go. And let's see. What's my career at? Can I just load a game? I want to load a game. Continue. Where's my
Greed 1914 said go turquoise white horns.
Go turquoise... Goat turquoise white horns. Huh. Nice. How you doing? It's good seeing you again. Well, that was loud. That was loud in my ears. Alright, so if there is music, great. If not, we'll put some music on. How's that? Oh, that's loud. I'm gonna lower that just a little more, and then I'll put some music on. One of the fun things about that reinstallation on my computer, everything runs fast now. But boy, it's, all the settings need to be retweaked. All right, music, music, music. Boop. Oh, that's it. It wants me to add my own music. I gotta go and find my music. Where's my music? This is the best stream of all time. Terraria. Terraria has my music. Copy. Paste. There we go. Good. Now I got some music happening. The game is still insanely loud in my ears. So I'm gonna find the setting for turn in the volume of the game in my ears. Then I can turn it up on your end. Audio. Master volume. Let's bring that down. Let's pull that down there. And now let's bring this back up to where you guys can hear it. Excellent. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Rido San 7465 said hi, Grandpa Tethercat.
Hey, Mr. Rido. I almost banned you the other day, Mr. Rido. I was doing that April Fool's Day stream, and you put in something that wasn't that funny, and I almost took you out right then and there.
Rido San 7465 said it's Easter season.
Well,
Rabbit face
yes,
egg.
it is Easter season. Nice. Game's choppy. I think I'm gonna lower the resolution. Nah, the resolution's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. All right, let's start in this corner and then we'll go and do this. How's the volume, everybody? Is the volume okay? I mean,
Turbo Meowser said power hello Tether.
oh, how's it going there?
7465 said oh yeah, I forgot I did that grinning face with sweat.
Anyway, it's all in the past. We're not going to do it again, so. How's everyone doing? We're just chilling out playing some power stream something.
It's Meek said power tether washcat.
Power tether washcat is exactly what we're doing today on this stream.
Rido San 7465 said wait, you almost banned me?
Well, I won't say banned, but put you in a timeout. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. Won't happen again, so it's all good.
It's Meek said Omega Alpha Epsilon Beta Phi Omega.
OAE. Yeah, Omega Epsilon Beta Phi Omega. That was funny, Meek. I have no idea how that happened. I don't know what was going on there. That was the craziest thing. That was crazy.
It's Meek said I'm gonna make that a sound alert on my stream.
Did you say that you clipped that? I think you said that you clipped that. You know, I still haven't gone back and watched it.
Turbo Meowser said hope you are doing power well.
Good. I have to go back and watch that.
Cause it had me rolling.
Turbo, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm tired. I wanted to get into why I'm tired. And it boils down to two really small words. Sky and rim.
Minimi Cursor 96 said hello.
Hey, welcome aboard, Mini-Me. Good to see you. I wanted to stream, and I didn't know what I wanted to stream. And I thought, if I stream, is anyone going to even show up? And I kind of had a suspicion that a lot of you would show up. And now, like, a lot of you are showing up. So, hi. Hey, how's it going? Let me know how audio is. Let me know how video is. If anyone can hear stuff. If anyone can't hear stuff, you let me know.
It's Meek said that was me earlier. I decided a minute before stream.
Yeah,
Minimi Cursor 96 said audio good. How ya doing?
I'm okay-ish. I'm tired.
Righto San 7465 said I might stop pulling pranks for April Fool's Day if you like.
Well, just for my April Fool's Day. I'm trying to for anyone curious what's going on, I'm Tethercat. And I don't know if it's apparent, but I've been in a junkyard. I've seen better days. There's a reason why I got a bandage on my nose. There's a reason why I look like I've come dented outside of a junkyard. There's a reason why I have a hockey goalie outfit. I've been through some stuff. I've seen some stuff. And the type of roughness.
It's Meek said Tethercat's been beat to shit but still prevails.
That's it. In a nutshell, yes. Thank you, Meek.
It's Meek said and that's what matters.
Thank you. That's a very nice way of putting it. So
Righto San 7465 said oh, I see.
So when I try and have fun, it's simple things like, hey, let's do a color swap. I'm no longer purple. Or I'm not blue, I'm purple. Look at me, I'm purple. You know, that sort of thing. That's an April Fool's Day joke for me. But I like to keep things light and happy as best I can. Because I've had a bit of a rough life.
Said OMG Purple Cat was a bad
Purple Cat was a badass, eh? That was funny. I had fun doing
Turbo
that.
Meowser said, are you gonna have a power nap? Resident Sleeper.
I had a power
It's Meek
nap.
said Monster Energy Drinking Maniac TBH.
Earlier today, and so this gets back to the whole Skyrim thing. So I wanted to reinstall my computer. I wanted to reinstall a whole bunch of problems because here, let me see if I can describe this. All right, here we go. So about 2 months ago, my computer looked like this. And then now my computer looks like this. That's how my computer used to look. That's how my computer looks now. Can't run Skyrim. Can run Skyrim. So I went in, and my computer's working now, and it's all nice and fun and happy and yay and all. And I decided, well, let's see if I can install some Skyrim and play it. And wouldn't you know it, my computer installed and ran Skyrim. Like it actually installed, it actually ran Skyrim.
It's Meek said my computer is the equivalent of a junkyard cat skeleton.
Your computer is this, is it? Yeah. Yeah, I understand. So anyway, so I installed Skyrim and that was fun. And then before I knew it,
Righto San 7465 said cool.
And then before I knew it, I had spent something like 18 hours. Spent something like 18 hours in Skyrim. The first thing I did was I made sure it was installed. And then I went straight to work trying to get mods. Got as many mods as I could find for the thing. And I got this mod and I got that mod. I got quality of life mods. I got graphic mods. I got silly fun mods. I got all the mods and I installed them. And It was so much fun. And then I noticed that it was 1 in the morning, and I thought, oh, geez, it's 1 in the morning. What am I even doing here? So, 6 o'clock, I wake up, 5 hours of sleep. I woke up at 6 a.m. and I thought, all right, it's Friday. Let's be productive. It's gonna be a productive day. And I put my pants on. I took a shower. Put my shirt on. Brushed my teeth. Combed my wisps of gray hair that are remaining. You know, and took my pills from my pill container. Put on my jacket. Put on my boots. Headed out. Walked down to the coffee shop, and the coffee shop said closed. It's a national holiday. It's a global holiday, apparently. It's a holiday for people with beliefs. I thought, oh, well, that's counterproductive to me wanting to get a coffee. So I came back home defeated. I was lost. I was forlorn. I was bereft. I was adrift. And I had to make my own coffee, which isn't bad. I like making coffee. And then I thought, well, and I left my computer on overnight to make sure that all the downloads would work. And I said, oh, I wonder if my computer got all those downloads. So I installed them. Then I started playing them. So then I installed them. So I started playing more of them. God, everybody, I was in there until about 1 p.m. On 5 hours of sleep, I had played roughly 24 hours minus 5 hours. So that's about 20 or so hours of straight Skyrim. And I didn't even do anything. I was just installing the mods. So I was playing it a little bit because it's fun. But the thing about all of that is that I realized I think I have an addiction. I've always laughed at people who are so addicted to World of Warcraft. Gotta play World of Warcraft. I was like, gaming addictions. I used to play Final Fantasy back in the day, but that was a long-ass game. The game was designed to be long. This, I have over the past, and that's another thing, I hadn't played Skyrim in 5 years. It had been 5 years since I last played. That's how bad my computer was. So I threw on Skyrim and I was absorbed. I was right back into it. I've had over 1,000 hours prior, and I threw in another 24 hours over the past 28 hours. And I didn't even start the game. Like, I didn't even play the game proper. I've heard spoilers about the game where early on...
It's Meek said I'm addicted to Palia LOL, but also Ignobler is talking up Skyrim to me.
Skyrim's amazing. Well, Skyrim is... I don't know, it's fun. Skyrim is fun, and the mods make it fun. If you like a game, if you enjoy a game, and I guess this goes for Fallout, because Fallout is the same company. If you like a game, but you want to make it yours, you add mods. So, you customize it just the way you want it to be. So, I did that. I installed all my mods, and I still have a lot more to install. But here's the thing. I would love to play some Skyrim because apparently there are plot points in that game that I have never seen. Not once, not never. I played over 1,000 hours. I don't think I've even gotten past chapter 1. So yeah, anyway. That's my... I think I'm addicted to Skyrim. And I'm happy to have it back. I'm happy to play it again. Ah, yeah, that was fun. Anyway, I wanted to toss something on here and Power Stream Ninja seemed to be the, whatever this game is called, seemed to be the most accessible. I played Palia a little bit. I played Palia in open beta. I don't know if it ever came out of beta, but Palia is okay. It wasn't my cup of tea.
It's still in beta.
Is it still in beta, eh?
It's Meek said probably will be for years to come.
Yeah. And see, that's why I like this. At least Power Stream is... It's a full game. It's completed. It's done. I don't mind beta games, but... You really want me in on your game, you gotta sell me that it's at least playable. So that's my story.
Said you have a PowerPoint.
I have a PowerPoint because it's Power Washer. That's my little rant about Skyrim, lack of coffee, and why I slept so hard today. Oh, also I made my... If you guys follow me on Blue Sky, you'll know that I've come up with a way to make ramen in a rice cooker. I call it my one-button ramen. Anyway, I made that for dinner tonight. I made my one-button ramen for dinner tonight. And it was so good. So yeah, that's how I spent my summer vacation. Did you guys get out and enjoy the weather today? It apparently it hit double digits last night. It got well above 10 degrees Celsius last night. So I had the windows open until the thunderstorms came along, and I had to close my windows. But it was really nice out. It's like really nice out. And then the temperature dropped today. The temperature went back down to spring type temperatures. Oh. There we go. This is the last little section right here. I say section, it's just of this black border. It's a small section. Oh, and I did such an amazing job. Oh, well. Something for another day. Let's clean this bench. Now that my computer's clean, let's clean this bench. What's the button that I can... There's a button that you can hit, and it will allow you to free. That's not it. There's that button. Huh. Oh well, doesn't matter. We don't care. So again, let me know if the audio is screechy or whatever. If you guys are like, this is the worst game ever. Why can't Tethercat play? Well, it's because I can't hear lots of stuff. Anyway, so yeah, April Fools came and went. Now we're in the holiday weekend for religious purposes. If any of you remember the beef and the gripe that I had about St. Patrick's Day, you're gonna love my Easter rant. You know how,
Righto-san7465 said I used to love playing Skyrim as a kid.
Skyrim is so good. I never played Skyrim as a kid because I was very old when it came out. So, my problem with this holiday weekend is that there's someone out there, there's a certain someone, a certain voice out there somewhere who has a birthday in around the end of December. A certain voice has a certain birthday at the end of December. And as a child, that certain someone with a certain voice at the end of December, as a child, that individual always got the worst Christmas, the worst birthday gifts. Worst birthday gifts, worst birthday party, never had a playground to go to. There was nothing as a child. And everyone seemed to really love the fact that it was Christmas. Christmas, isn't Christmas the best time of year? Christmas is for everybody. Christmas is great. And again, as a small mammal, this voice had a real problem with holiday functions with Christmas because there was this kind of unspoken concession that the reason for the season was not to be attributed to one person for one day. That wasn't why everyone was showing up. That wasn't why everyone was given gifts. And if you ever tried to have a birthday or a special, it's your day. This is your day. And it was never your day. The falsehood is that Christmas was the most religious time of the year. We have to hold it on the 25th. That's the most religious time of the year. That's the biggest day. That's why it's on the 25th, because it's the most important day of the year, these people used to say when they wouldn't get me anything for my birthday. So, okay, you know what? I can accept that. It's Christmas. You don't want to buy more gifts. You don't want to show up to a birthday party. It's expensive enough already. Okay, fine. Is it the holiest time of the year? I don't know. And I'm an atheist. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. What do I know? But fine, okay. You know, that happens at Christmas. You learn to live with it. That's December, and it happens over the course of 6 decades. Fine. Fine. So, my problem with Easter is that all those people who said Christmas is the holiest time of the year, Christmas is the single most important time of year, we have to shut down all industry. We have to shut down banking. We have to shut down accessibility, commerce. We have to shut down literally everything. We have to shut society down. Because apparently Easter is the most important time of year. And I'm sorry. I call shenanigans. That's not right. You've already played that card. It is not. And it will never be. How do I... Aim mode, letter C. Oh, thank God. Found it. So, anyways, my issue with Easter is that they just turned the entire weekend into some sort of capitalism shutdown mechanism under this pretense, under this falsehood that it's the most important time of the year. No, it isn't.
Ronnie EJ9R said this is great.
Welcome aboard, Ronnie. It's good having you. We're playing some Power Stream Tether Washer, and I'm Tethercat.
Ronnie EJ9R said, why is there no one watching this?
Because I'm old. Because I'm old and it's Friday and there's lots of people watching lots of other stuff. But I'm glad you're here and thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Anyway, it's just me and I'm ranting.
Ronnie EJ9R said OMG.
Yeah, believe me, I'm in that OMG crowd too. All I do is rant. So, this whole Easter thing rankles me in the same way that St. Patrick's Day rankles me. You know, we don't need that. It's a little too... It's aggravating. But this is why, you know, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I had a friend of mine who was practicing witchcraft, and she used to.
Ronnie EJ9R said yipe.
Yipe. She was a pagan, and she said that I held so many qualities similar to hers that effectively her words were, I was a plagan. Not a pagan, but a plagan. That's what she called me, which was really funny. She's like, hey, Tethercat, you're all about the saving the planet, right? And I said, yeah. And you're not really big on religion.
Turbo Meowser said Easter. I hardly knew ER.
Easter, I hardly knew you. Easter, hardly knew her.
Ronnie EJ9R said bye, I am a go now, bye.
All right, have a good one, Ronnie. Thanks for dropping by. So, apparently my affiliation with paganism was praised by a pagan, even though I'm an atheist and have no religion. I only mention this because I really have no religion. Like, my friend wanted me to go to a couple of coven meetings with her. I said, no, thanks. I can't exactly show preference for one when I disdain the others. She did used to invite me over for,
Turbo Meowser said your religion is Tethercat.
My religion is a lasagna. The but yeah,
Turbo
I can't play
Meowser said hell
favorites.
yeah.
Yeah, that whole pastafarian thing actually does sound pretty good to me, to be honest. I'm all about pasta. But the yeah. So anyway, that's my Easter rant. Wouldn't be an Easter holiday without a rant. Yay. Well, let's do a hydration check.
Tethercat said hydration check. Tethercat said hydration check. Turbo Meowser said my brain when I hear Easter is the following. Turbo Meowser said egg.
Yeah. And see, that there, it has its... Christmas equals pagan Yule. Easter equals pagan... I think they call it Samhain? No, Samhain is...
7465 said
fall.
Hydration check. Everybody.
Ostara. Ostara is the pagan spring solstice celebration. So it's not Samhain, it's not Yule. It's Ostara. And a lot of these earth religions...
Turbo Meowser said you ever heard of the great PlayStation game Egg?
I've actually never heard of Egg for the PlayStation. At least not the... Oh, wait, no, I think I've seen it. It's... No. Sorry. No, never heard of it. I keep my eyes open for it. I do loves me a good PlayStation game. But the... the whole spring revival of the planet, if you would. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. Is it's tied to the whole life coming back, life renewed thing. So that's why that's why it was co-opted by the people who currently celebrate Easter, who co-opted the season so that they could have a holiday to remind themselves of Catholicism, because they just can't let others play with their toys. That's my take on religion, on Catholicism. Is it's a religion based on deceit, where you can't have others play with your toys. Oh, do the pagans have Yule? Well, we can have Yule. We'll just call it Christmas. Oh, do the pagans have Ostara to celebrate the time of rebirth? Well, we can also have a holiday to celebrate the time of rebirth. And we'll call it the holiest of days. This gets back to what I was talking about. I love Easter for the chocolate and the bunnies. Straight up, I am all about Easter and chocolate and bunnies.
Said I don't get Catholicism sometimes.
I don't get Catholicism ever, but I unfortunately get it quite enough. More than enough. I suppose that's the end of that rant. I can rant no more. At least on that. I'm full of rants. I'm full of vinegar and beans. There's a little bit of purple cat still left in me.
Mrito-san7465 said vinegar and beans.
Full of vinegar and beans, everybody. I think the playground's almost done. I think kids would be happy to play in this. But you know what? I'm just going to keep going on anyway.
Turbo Meowser said careful now, or you'll start punching Chatrat in the nuts.
Chatrat, for honor. For the sake of honor. That stream was pretty funny. I really did think that that video game was going to be more than just one level. I was a little disappointed. They hyped it incorrectly for me. Oh well. It's not a big thing, it's just... I was planning to stream for like an hour. And then we had to wrap it within the first 10 minutes. I knew that it was a one-trick pony, that there was nothing more to get from it. And I played it for 10 extra minutes. But I knew the joke was done. I've never done this. I should get a ladder. F. Nice. You know, I'm not afraid of heights, but I am afraid of falling. It's a weird thing. Nozzle. Nozzle. There. Alright, let's, Alright, we're gonna... Everyone close your eyes. Oh, apparently I jumped on top of a fence. Good for me. So, yeah, I had to, the first thing I had to do on Skyrim, the very first mod I installed on Skyrim was an arachnophobia mod to remove any and all traces of spiders and webs from the game. And it almost worked. It almost worked. Didn't quite work, but I almost got it done. It was, the moment that I installed the...
Turbo Meowser said, are you arachnophobic?
I'm a lot better than how I was. I used to be very bad, but I've gotten a lot better. But and that's why I was able to play the game Webbed, which Webbed is such an adorable game. Web is so adorable. I would love to play that again, except I've already played it. But I love Webbed. It's such a fun game. But Skyrim does not have happy, fluffy, princess dancing, jumping spiders, who are the cutest things ever. That is not Skyrim. So, for the sake of my sanity, I had to install something which changed all spiders in that game to bears. There's a mod called, I don't know, something like change everything into bears. Something. And, yeah, I used it. It was fun. It was great. I had a lot of fun. Uh-oh. Thanks. So, yeah, that was fun. As soon as I got that mod up and running, I knew I was gonna be there for a little while. And I was. Oh, how I was. What'd I say? Something like 27 hours? I played that game and it was fun. I was really wondering what I was going to play tonight. I thought that old coin pusher might be a game, but I hadn't really done anything on Powerwash Simulator, so I figured this would be fun. Howdy, Dirt Finder. Put everything on hold. My golf buddy's soiled like you wouldn't believe, says the mayor. I don't know why the mayor's texting me, but whatever. Calvin says, Doc gave your ideas to a colleague who needs a hand with her new place in the suburb. It's the old D-Ath place, so don't get too spooked. Cool, somehow I've unlocked a D-Ath place. We'll play that for Halloween. So I was saying how I've played Skyrim, but for all the time I played Skyrim, I've barely even touched the plot. And I guess one of the big things that I learned was that within the game of Skyrim, apparently there is a civil war happening. Now, I picked up that game about 15 years ago. I played it well over 1,000 hours. And I only learned that there was a civil war in the game not too long ago. Like, it had never dawned on me Oh wow, I should actually play through the storyline. So yeah, one of the mods that I installed, that's where this story's going. One of the mods that I installed involved really emphasizing the fact that there's a civil war happening. Because you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it to play the game. It's like, oh yeah, there's a civil war. It's North versus South, East versus West, friend against foe, blah, blah, blah. I play through Skyrim vanilla, and everyone says, oh, you know, I'm doing okay. I wish those bad guys wouldn't be so bad, but otherwise they barely mention anything. So I installed some mods which really, 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 really emphasize the whole Civil War thing. I installed some mods which basically bring the whole game to a civil war. By that, what I mean is you could be walking throughout the entire landscape of the game, but now there's literally a civil war happening. There are fights and battles that just happen. They just happen. You're just walking along and suddenly a full-out war breaks out. And I didn't just install one mod, I installed like about, God, I think about 6 or 7 of these mods. Of these Civil War mods. Because it was just, it was underplayed. It was undersold. The whole Civil War thing was undersold. So anyway, yeah, I did that. Actually, let's put on the long range. That thing's got some bite. Yeah, so I put on, and playing through on a vanilla run with that is just fun. It's just fun. Now I'll be walking around. I'll just be like, yay, I'm just going to take my sweet time going from place to place. And out of nowhere, battles just erupt. And it's so fun. I'm really happy of that decision. Yeah, it's a pretty fun game. Skyrim, who knew? Yay.
Turbo Meowser said, why not stream that sometime?
And I want to. That's what I was getting at is, so I'm setting up all these mods, fun ones for myself, practical ones, things I think would be better for on-stream, beautification mods, quality of life mods. And yeah, the intent is to pulled together the best of the best and then threw it on stream. Hey everyone, here's Skyrim. I've never played it. I've never finished it. And yeah, let's see what damage we can do. That's the intent. But the problem with that is that, well, number one, it's the Terraria problem. So I've got 3 games that I've played. Skyrim, Terraria, and Starbound. I have a lot of hours in Skyrim, Terraria, and Starbound.
It's Meek said the trolley problem but Terraria.
Terrariali problem.
It's Meek said we send a trolley over Ignobler twice.
Ignobler is tonight's
Turbo Meowser said, are you gonna be a blue Khajiit?
a blue Khajiit. I don't know what I'm gonna be. And see, I was actually looking into that. It's funny you mentioned that, but I was actually looking into that. I was, because I don't know. But we run into the Terraria, Skyrim, and Starbound problem, which is I've put in over 800 hours of games. Like I've written the first draft of a novel, and it did not take 1,000 hours. I've played Skyrim, and that took over 1,000 hours. In the amount of time I played Skyrim and never finished it, I could have written a book. And the amount of time I've played Terraria, I could have written a book. Same goes for Starbound, but I've actually finished Starbound. I've actually played through. I found an end boss. I've beaten the end boss in Starbound. It was fun. I want to do that in Terraria. With a group of friends, I want to go in and play and beat the end boss of Terraria. And that would be really fun. Skyrim is single player. And I don't know that I can actually go in and play Skyrim to beat the end boss. I don't know. Can I do that? I don't know. I think it would take a long time. If I played 1,000 hours and barely get through the start of the game, I don't think I could play 1,000 hours and actually finish the game. So I would love to play Skyrim on stream, and I want to, but I don't think I can finish it on stream, if that makes sense. I think that's definitely just a limitation that I have. That's a self-imposed limitation. Who knows? The future's unwritten. Playing as a blue Khajiit would be really funny.
Turbo Meowser said, I feel like the enjoyment is what matters in the end.
All you'd hear is me rant and get angry
Turbo
at
Meowser
characters.
said the journey, not the destination.
I would get so angry at characters. Why are you doing this? Why are you not doing that? The logic of a fantasy world. And I guess that's the other thing too. Hold on, it's prohibitively loud. I guess that's the other thing too is some of the mods I've found, created, and added have simply put more
It's me said the don't
players.
stop believe in journey.
Some of the mods have put more players into the world, so it's a more populated Skyrim. Or I can't say Skyrim really. I think Tamriel is the name of the place. That's the thing. I've played it for over 1,000 hours. I have no idea what the name of the place is. Is it Skyrim? Is it Tamriel? I don't know. As Peter Quill said, I'm no Infinity Stones ologist. I'm no Skyrim-ologist. But I do want to play it again, and I would like to at least try it out on stream. But if you go through all of my games, you'll notice that or all my streams, you'll notice that I've started a bunch of streams with the intention of playing through, and I have not played through all my streams. So, I'll have to work on that. I mean...
Turbo Meowser said Skyrim is part of Tamriel.
It is Tamriel, eh? Yeah. I mean, it was an effort getting Powerwash Simulator up and running. Not because of the limitations of the game, but because I'm just so tired. I can't afford to bring that kind of energy to Skyrim. I can barely hold up a ladder at the moment. Oh well.
Turbo Meowser said Tamriel is the continent, Skyrim is a region.
That's it. That's what it is. I played a lot of Skyrim. God, I guess it was about... I want to guess... maybe 10 years ago I played a lot of Skyrim. Maybe. And that was in around the time that it was pre-pandemic, but just barely. And when the pandemic hit, I think I really got into Starbound. Like when the pandemic hit, I liked Skyrim, but I think I got right into Starbound. I don't know. But I really would like to play it again, though. I really would. I was just happy it was up and running. I was happy that my computer is actually able to run the program. Because Skyrim, at least on a high-end computer and with good graphics, is a beautiful game. I mean, I suppose the graphics may have dated, may have aged over the last little while, but I enjoyed it. I think it's a beautiful looking game. That's the other thing, when you play a game for so long and you remember everything about it, it truly is like coming home. Like, I haven't touched Skyrim in 5 years, and then the game started, and the first thing that I did was I immediately stopped what I was doing. I ran over to the side, and I like took off from the main path. The first thing I did was I stopped playing the game proper. And I immediately ran out into the woods. Because that's the beauty of playing a game that you know so well. So you just get to go and do stuff. It was like coming home. It's depressing. I gotta get out of here. I'm a little bit of a clean freak. Not much, just a little bit. I'm a little bit of a clean freak. And seeing the underside of that playground equipment, no. I gotta say no. Had to, that was too much grime for me. Let's see if there's something else we can do here. Swing sets. I suppose we can finish up. Yeah, let's finish all this up. It's Friday. I'm tired. And I've just learned that I've now earned a gaming addiction. Gotta go to Gamers Anonymous. Hi everybody, my name is Tethercat. Hey Tethercat. And I'm addicted to Skyrim. And then they all clap and give me a hug. Go there for the coffee. Go there for the folded up chair. The camaraderie. Alright everyone. Thanks for showing up today, and let's recite our motto. Let's recite our Skyrim motto. What do we say? Tamriel isn't a real place. None of the NPCs care about us. Food is good. Shower is good. That's right, everyone. Thanks, Tethercat. Thanks for letting us know that that's a thing that we can recite. Because I tell you, it's an addictive game. A blue Khajiit. See, that would make the most sense. A blue Khajiit would make the most sense. Tell you what, I'll look into color mods for Khajiit fur. I know they gotta exist. By the way, since you bring it up, Turbo, and for anyone else who might be watching, the funniest video that I've saw like 10 years ago was, it was basically a video about skooma, and skooma is the Skyrim in-game drug, if you would. You know, grants you all the superhuman powers and activities, but addictive, and, you know, it's a drug. So, there's a video that came out, I guess, about 10 years ago, and someone basically overdosed on skooma. And it's the funniest video I've ever seen, and I laughed so hard. And it's just so funny. Even thinking about it now makes me laugh. Because they use that, I think it's Cher, I think had that song, I Believe I Can Fly. Huh. Anyway, just the most fun game ever. Fun video. Makes me laugh every time. Every time without fail. I'll put a link to it in my Blue Sky. I'm pretty sure I've already linked to it in my Blue Sky at some other point under, haha, this is the funniest video ever. But I'll put a fresh link in there when I'm done this stream.
It's Meek said, alright, my rubber arm is twisted. I created a Skyrim character.
Oh my god, did you play Skyrim? Did you create a character? Is it on the Switch or PC? Like, are you able to install mods?
It's
the
Meek
base...
said Steam Deck and I should be able to install mods.
Excellent. I can assure you, you totally can install mods on Steam Deck, and I endorse this.
It's
Fantastic.
Meek said, I'm borrowing it from Ignoblus ACCT to see if I like it.
It starts off, I don't know. It has a really good starting point. The one and only suggestion I can say for an early game is that at the start in tutorial world, you're going to be offered choices. Hey, do you want to do choice A or choice B? You know, they're going to offer you choices. It's one of those types of games. I would suggest if you come to the choice, you can make it up however you want. But in the earliest, maybe first, 20 minutes earliest of that choice A or choice B, I would suggest for the near door or far door, you're going to be offered a near door or a far door. I would suggest a far door, but you take it under advisement. You play by your gut. You play the way you want. But I would say when you are offered that choice of near door or far door in the first 20 minutes of tutorial, I would say go far door. So keep that under advisement. Anyway, I've played through so much of the game and I think that far door is easier. But anyway, that's just my sole piece of advice for you getting into that game. Otherwise, have fun. It's a very free roaming game. You get to do a lot of stuff. You get to customize it many ways that you want to. Yikes. I think you'll have a good time. Well, that was fortuitous. But if you do get into it and you do decide to use mods, prepare to... It's a time sink. Prepare to lose a lot of your life to it. Because you're going to spend a lot of sleepless hours installing mods, playing with mods, installing more mods.
It's Meek said, I'm looking forward to see how it shakes out. I hope I like it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it won Game of the Year. I think back in 2011 or so, it won Game of the Year. So you're not gonna dislike it, I don't think. But it's just how much you put into it. Like that early game of, oh yeah, Tamriel's under a gigantic civil war. It's a civil war which will take everything apart, but you never experience that in the base game. In the vanilla game, you don't get that. People are just happy. They're just hanging out. Kids are playing. Yay. I'll tell you, you install a mod that says, hey, we're under a civil war, and boy, things change pretty quick. Suddenly you recognize, oh, geez, I don't feel safe here. I don't know if you knew this, but there's a gigantic civil war happening right now. Yeah, a lot of the game changes. For the better, I might add. For the better. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Hey, we're over 50% cleaned. Yay. It's only taken, I think, 3 years of me playing this game, but we're over 50% cleaned on this stage. This stage is not a priority for my life.
It's Meek said I thoroughly enjoy Powerwash Sim.
It's such a fun game. This game is multiplayer. So Meek, if you ever wanted to join me on this, you just let me know. You just hop in.
It's Meek said this playground was a pain in the ass though, lol.
Yeah. So I think I've got a headache. And I think my headache is related to the weather. There was a 15-degree temperature change today. Power wash and friends. Totally. There was a 15-degree difference in the temperature
It's
today.
Meek said
and
yes,
I tell ya,
because the temperature keeps swapping from tundra to tropic.
it does. Welcome to life in Canada. Or I should say life in southern Ontario, perhaps. Oh.
Turbo Meowser said wanna swap places? XP.
I mean, depends where you are. I actually don't know where you are there, Turbo, but I'm kind of happy where I am. And geographically. Mentally, socially, physically, financially, you know, I mean, I could be in better places, but geographically, I think I'm doing okay.
Turbo Meowser said, can you guess where I am?
I cannot guess where you are. I genuinely cannot guess where you are. The closest thing I would have to a guess would be of a political climate in the United States somewhere. That would be as far as my guess would take me, though, because I genuinely don't know. Hmm.
Turbo Meowser said loud incorrect buzzer asterisk.
Oh, chat rat with the asterisk. That loves me some chat rat with the asterisk.
It's
Once
Meek
again,
said Skyrim.
Thank you, Meeg. Oh, that just fills me with so much happiness.
It's Meek said Skyrim.
Oh, I love it.
Turbo Meowser said all you need to know is you have viewers from all over the world 3.
Really? That's excellent. I'm glad I can cater to the global audience. And welcome aboard.
It's Meek said amazing.
I'm happy to have you. I don't know where you are, but I'm happy to have you. There was one guy who, by the way, I have one viewer. He's from Scotland, and he really likes it when I play Trivial Pursuit. But he doesn't show up in too many other streams. I think he showed up in my.
It's Meek said Scotland.
I believe he showed up in my Grand Theft Auto 1969 stream. Anyway, and I just love the fact that there's a Scottish guy who watches my streams. I don't know why.
Righto-san 7465 said Scotland.
Scotland. 11. Freedom. 11. I've mentioned this before, but I had
Turbo Meowser said Scotland forever.
Scotland forever. The craziest accent I've ever heard was from a guy who was born in Scotland, but moved down to New Zealand. And so he had a Scottish New Zealand accent. And it's the craziest thing I'd ever heard. So. What is this? Oh, it's one of those climby bars. Like monkey bars. It's been so long since I can't remember the last time I was on playground equipment. I tried to play on playground equipment as a teenager.
Turbo Meowser said there was this guy who was Japanese but spent a lot of his life in Jamaica and it's the oddest accent I heard.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love global accents. They are so wide-ranging and unique and fun. my friends, locally, my friends thought that they did not have an accent.
Turbo Meowser said you say tomatoes, I say tomato morts.
Tomato mort, murmurs. So I had to instruct my friends growing up that, oh yes, quite indeed, they did have an accent. It's a local, regional accent. And yes, they definitely had it.
Turbo Meowser said I always get told I have a Euro-American accent, whatever that means.
I don't even know what a Euro-American accent would even be. I have no idea what that would even sound like. Maybe Americans think that you pronounce your U's in the letter C-O-L-O-U-R. This headache is getting bad. I'm gonna take some.
Turbo Meowser said it's funny because I am from neither regions.
Nether regions. Like Australia? New Zealand, Australia. Tropical south of the border, kind of. South of the equator, I should say. Anyway, wherever
Turbo
you're
Meowser
from.
said nope, I am not from Oceania either.
Wherever you're from, I'm just glad you're here.
Righto-san7465 said Euro-American accent.
Yeah, I don't know what a Euro-American accent would sound like either. That's
It's
a new one to
said
me.
South America.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of Euro in that. I don't think there's Euro. Weird. Anyway, I don't know why people think that you've got a Euro...
Turbo Meowser said nope.
A Euro-American accent. Anyway, that's weird. People are weird.
It's Meek said South Africa.
Maybe. Oh, South Africa. I met a gal who was from South Africa.
It's Meek said I'm invested in this now.
I met a gal from South Africa and she sounded like she had, to my ear, an Australian accent, and she was incredibly offended by that. And she said that she had to tell people frequently that she didn't have an Australian accent. I can't remember where she was born and raised, but she had a South African
Turbo
accent.
Meowser said you are getting closer but not quite.
Yeah. Boop.
Turbo Meowser said I would love to have an Aussie accent LOL.
Once upon a time, I flew down to Australia. I took that 27-hour flight to Australia. That was an incredibly long flight.
It's Meek said I'm so confused right now. BRB singing the county song from Animaniacs.
Yeah, the country song from Animaniacs, yeah.
Turbo Meowser said how was it? It's Meek said I meant country asterisk yet.
Yep, I knew where you were going with that, Meek. I know my Animaniacs. How was it? The flight was boring. And extraordinarily long. The most exciting thing about the flight happened in the first 3 hours as I flew over Colorado Rockies. But seeing how you can do that on a 3-hour flight, the other 22 hours were just filled with boredom. It was a boring-ass flight. As far as Australia goes, it was a crazy place. Australia was a crazy place. Full of crazy people. It was nice. The people were really nice, but it was, yeah. Australia is a place that tries to kill you through its natural fauna and flora. I suspect the Australians had the ability to terraform, and they just said, nah. And then they just sucked it up. Because that place is deadly.
It's Meek said I'm now on Madagascar/Egypt/Sri Lanka.
My father, Tethercat Sr., my father told me that he once put on a pair of skis and he skied down the sand dunes.
7465 said Australia, the land of deadliest animals skull.
True, true, true. My father skied down the sand dunes of the Sahara. That's kind of badass. Tethercat Sr. was a badass. I picked up a lot of resilience.
It's Meek said bitchin'.
I inherited a lot of resilience and a lot of world traveling anticipation from Tethercat Sr. I mean, both my parents are gone. They've been dead for decades now. And from my dad, I earned intelligence and curiosity and pain resistance. And from my mom, I earned sense of humor and cynicism. and pain resistance. And it's funny, you know how they say that depression can be inherited? I think I got my depression from my mom too.
Righto San 7465 said W Tethercat SR.
Huh. Yeah, Tethercat Sr. was a badass, alright. He was... And I think I got my sense of morals and ethics from Tethercat Sr. The number of times that the local police would knock on the door and ask to speak to Tethercat Sr. Excuse me, son, is your dad home? I'd say, I don't know, let me go check, maybe he's, playing with some catnip or out fishing with his paws or rooting through some garbage. Let me just go back. Let me see if I can find him. And then the cops would speak to Tethercat Sr. in private. They'd be like, thanks for getting him, son. We're gonna take him away for a short time. They never charged or arrested my dad. I'm pretty sure he was an informant, and I'm almost certain he had ties to the darkest of underworld type places. Something would happen, and my dad would be the one that the cops would be like, excuse me, son, we need to speak to your father. My dad was a badass. But he was also a morally ethical badass. Let me tell you the story about the trilliums. Alright, so trilliums. For those of you who don't know what trilliums are, Trilliums are the provincial flower. You know, you get like places and they have regional flowers or national flowers or whatever, you know, and they got flags, they got songs, they got flowers. For Ontario, the trillium is the provincial flower. And the thing about the trillium being a provincial flower is that you cannot, this is law, you cannot plant trilliums. You can't remove trilliums, you can't plant trilliums, you can't own trilliums.
Said I'm gonna eat all the trilliums.
Trilliums are to be found in the wild. Trilliums are to be found in nature and not touched. That's a provincial plant. You can't own a trillium. So anyway, I'm there one day. I'm hanging out, and the cops show up. The cops show up to my door. I'm just a young Tethercat, but the cops showing up to the door is nothing new. The cops show up and they say, excuse us, son, is Tethercat Senior around? And I said, I guess. Let me go see if I can get him. So I got him. And I overheard the conversation, and the cops asked my dad, so, Tethercat Senior, we were driving by your house. My house, the house I grew up in, the house we were born and raised. We were driving by your house, and we couldn't notice that your flower bed out front has a whole bunch of trilliums in it. Your raised flower bed has a whole bunch of trilliums in it. There, Mr. Tethercat. What's, would you care to explain yourself?
It's Meek said apparently you can plant them now.
And my dad looked at these cops and said, oh, those grew there naturally. My dad told the police that trilliums grew naturally in a raised flower bed on his property. What the hell? My dad was a card. My dad was something special. He was incredibly smart. And see, another thing, remember, I'm old. Another thing is we didn't have autism back in the day. Autism didn't exist back in the day. No one was autistic back then. Sure, that one guy might have an entire devotion to building model railroad train sets and can name every single railroad that ever existed. But he's just funny that way. It's a hobby. He's just funny that way. Yeah, autism didn't exist back then. Anyway, all this to say that my father was incredibly intelligent.
It's Meek said autism didn't exist back in my day. The old man who has a house full of model trains, eats the same food every day and his food can't touch, and wears the same 4 outfits.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Rhino San 7465 said, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Meeg, totally. You nailed it, Meeg. So, my father, that was incredibly well said. So my father was incredibly intelligent. Very, very smart. I mean, I'm a smart cookie sometimes, on occasion. I've had my moments. And the thing about, where was I going with this? Sorry, I gotta regain my thoughts here. Yeah, my dad was so smart, but he couldn't handle authority. Authority rankled him. So he was a bad guy. And he could not handle the structured institutional systems of school. You know, sit in a class from 9 to 5, stay in that desk, read a book. We're going to test you. You have to learn how to write. You have to learn how you have to learn math. And my dad, super smart guy, couldn't handle it. Just couldn't take it. So my dad dropped out in grade 6, grade 7. Went and worked for automotive. Then did some world traveling and then settled in on you know, finding a job, raising a family. But it blows my mind that... Oh, and I was going with autism. I think my mother just had depression and anxiety. My mom was not a healthy person. Not even slightly, not even at all. My mother was a very unhealthy cat. If you know what a sick kids hospital is in your nearby city, my mother was basically born and raised until her adulthood in a sick kids hospital. So very, very rough goings for my mom back in the day. So when I say that I think I inherited anxiety and depression from my mom, I'm certain I did. Because she did not have a mentally or physically healthy childhood growing up. She had a lot of...
Rito-san7465 said, oh no, sad face.
Yeah. Ah, well. Once again, both my parents are dead. They're gone. So we can feel sadness for them, but we shouldn't lament them. They're no longer here.
You say?
Yeah, my dad was... he worked in the automotive. I think it was more of a hobby. Kind of like those guys from Grease, the movie, the musical Grease. I think it was that kind of automotive.
Rito-san7465 said that sounds rough.
Oh yeah. So when I say I've lived a rough life, I mean,
Turbo Meowser
I've
said
been
SR sounds like my kind of guy.
Yeah, Tethercat Senior was back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. I think they used to term them as gearheads. They would.
It's Meek said Tethercat SR was.
Yeah, Tethercat Senior was definitely
It's Meek said he was
badass.
everything.
He was... Tethercat Senior was totally everything. I can assure you this. Remember that movie Wild Things? It was in the 90s. It had Denise Richards, Nev Campbell, a couple other people. And the whole concept of Wild Things, the movie, was that there's a murder happening, but it's down in the Florida bayou swamps where a bunch of hillbillies and hicks live. No one really knows what's going on.
Turbo Meowser said gearheads still exist. Ask me how I know 3.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm certain I'll ask you how you know about that, Turbo. So, the movie Wild Things takes place with some incredibly intelligent people who just never really got formal training in being intelligent. And I think that's where Tethercat Senior was. I think that's where Dad was. He was a good guy who just happened to not fit in or who carved his own path. And I can respect that. And I think you guys can see that. I think you guys can... When you guys are watching a Tethercat stream, my stream, I think you guys can see that I don't really do the things that other VTubers do. I definitely carve my own path. And I'm very comfortable with that. I don't have this necessity for obligations. I think I exhibited all the necessity for obligations that I could during the April Fool's stream. With Aggro Cat. Aggro Cat. The one thing that I wanted to say during the April Fool's stream, which I did not say because I know of its ramifications, was to, and I'm gonna say it here, and I hate myself for saying it here, but smash that like and subscribe button. Because whenever you say that phrase, what is it? Ring that bell, leave a comment, like and subscribe, whatever. When you say those words, apparently the algorithm listens and the algorithm tries to...
Turbo Meowser said follow me in Instagram.
Yeah, it tries to manipulate stuff. Which is why you'll never really hear me ever say that on stream. I got a text message. Is this the extraordinarily Dr. Power Tethercat wash? We got your details from Cal. We got a dirty old house in need of TLC. Oh, I reached 60 cleaning is why. Still wonder why they use this fancy pants shock-absorbing rubber compound for the playground flooring and not good old-fashioned creosote. Wasn't creosote oh, I'm thinking Creole. I thought creosote was the name of the musicians from Sultans of Swing. They're the Sultans who play creosote.
Turbo Meowser said it's too shallow for me tbh, these overly energetic influencers aren't genuine at all.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And yeah, you've watched my streams enough, you know that I don't do that. I can't do that. It hurts my brain to do that. I mean, I'm never here for 5,000 viewers. Even that guy who showed up earlier. What was that guy's name? He showed up earlier. Ronnie. Ronnie showed up and said, "This is great. Why is there no one watching this?" Mind you, I was going off about Easter. I was doing my Easter rant, but it's still the same thing. But I don't know, I'm just disillusioned with the culture of always needing to be entertaining. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to have fun, and if you guys are also having fun, then I consider that a win.
Turbo Meowser said, I mean, do remember that everyone is addicted to constant stimulation, unfortunately.
Yeah, that does seem to be the case. We do live in an always-on society of entertainment. 24/7. Yeah, that's a very good point. It's a very good point. And on that note, I've come to realize why people watch a Tethercat stream. And primarily, not always, not 100%, this is a generalization, but primarily, it's because the chill vibe that I am providing also works as just background noise. It's rare that I'm doing a stream where people are paying rapt attention. I am more of a background noise type of streamer. And
Turbo
I'm very
Meowser
comfortable
said you
with
aren't
that.
jingling keys in front of my face constantly, and I am thankful for that.
Yes, well, I'm thankful of that too. Yeah. I can't handle a lot of that. It's just too much, too much. I think I got all of it out of my system there yesterday with the April Fool's. I won't say I got all of it out of my system, but I got a lot of it out of my system.
Turbo Meowser said we're getting to a point where influencers try to fry your brain by repeating the same sentences twice, add a sound effect after every 3 words, and it's visually hyper-edited.
Do they do that? Is that... by the way, I don't own TikTok. I do not have a TikTok account. I do have an Instagram account, but I think I created it, God, about 10 years ago, and I think I've accessed it maybe 5 times, and it ain't Tethercat. So I don't look at TikTok. I don't look at Instagram. I don't watch YouTube shorts all that often. I don't know. I'm not that type of an influencer, and I don't watch that type of content. But if they're trying to repeat the same sentences twice and add a sound effect after every 3 words, the one thing I have noticed about the visual hyper editing, though, I have noticed this. The one thing about the visual hyper editing is that you'll be watching something, and occasionally, especially on a clip compilation, you'll be watching something and they'll focus in on the influencer's face with subtitles underneath what they're saying, as if to stress emphasis. And that gets dizzy. I can't handle that. It gets a little too dizzy for me. So it's very... See, Chat Rat has the asterisk, and we love the asterisk. The asterisk is really funny. I love the asterisk. Please, make use of Chat Rat and the asterisk. It's so funny. I love it. I love it. I love it. But that's on Chat
said,
Rat.
oh, TikTok is bad. They try to bait you in the first few seconds so you watch all of it. Even the last few seconds are set up to loop perfectly so you watch the same video more than once.
But I can't even be angry about that, because clearly they know how to do it. Clearly they know how to play the game. Good for them. But it is a little insidious and nefarious. In my eyes. But yeah, can you imagine me, not chat rat, but me, if I were to
Turbo
put...
Meowser said they also try to put fake hair on it so you like it by accident, or misspell titles so they get you to comment.
I've seen... The misspelled title is a thing that's been around since the early days of Reddit. Another social engineering... It's all social engineering. Another social engineering trick they do is they label everything personally or in a relationship. Meaning, they won't say, hey everyone, here's a car smashing into something. They won't say that. They'll say, my girlfriend just got her license. Or, look at what my cat did. So they'll personalize it. They'll make it into a relationship thing. Because once again, the internet likes to be combative. And the internet will always have something to say. The internet won't say anything about a random person or item or thing, but they will sure as hell pop off on a personal level if they know they can personally say stuff about whoever is saying those items. So to say, yeah, my cat, it does this weird scratching thing or whatever, the internet will love to talk about that. My grandma just learned how to play this video game for the first time. No, she didn't. But you've personalized it and you're getting all the views and comments, so you're not even wrong. Yeah, once again, things Tethercat will never do. Let's get up there and see what we can do.
Turbo Meowser said it's just so annoying to me. YouTube began as an alternative to TV and a more personal one at that. ATM, we just went full circle.
Yeah, you're right. 100%, you're right. Oh, ow. By the way, I'm going to do a quick hydration check, everybody. Quick hydration check.
Tethercat said hydration check. Tethercat said hydration check.
Yeah, so those are influencers, you know. I'm not that type. I'm
Turbo Meowser said Waterget.
Yeah, Waterget. I am everyone's favorite background streamer. I'm the old grandpa background streamer that everyone has on in the background. And I'm cool with that. I mean, someone's got to do it. Might as well be me. Hooray. Okay, now what? Is there still... No, I'm good. I think I want a wide stream on this one. Yeah, that's weak. go back to the 15. Oh, what time is it? Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Welcome everyone. It's the top of the hour. If you're watching, my name is Tethercat. I'm a VTuber. And it's my bedtime, apparently, except for the fact that I slept for 6 hours this afternoon. Because I'm a Skyrim addict. Oh, you know what I was gonna do? I was making the one button ramen earlier today. And I was thinking tonight, these are the plans that I made prior to streaming. I said tonight I'm gonna do up some popcorn. I'm gonna make some popcorn in the pan. I'm gonna make up some popcorn and then I'm gonna eat it and watch a movie. That was what I was thinking of doing earlier tonight. I totally forgot to do that. Hey, can you make... Well, I know you can. I know you can, I just don't know how. But can you make popcorn in an air fryer? Pretty sure it's ill-advised. I get the feeling that would be something that's ill-advised. That'd be something that they want you to eat their popcorn, but not cooked from a air fryer.
Turbo Meowser said pretty sure you can TBH.
Yeah, you can make pretty much anything in a air fryer these days. I've been amazed at the things I've been able to eat from an air fryer. It's definitely one of the better purchases I made. Same with a toaster oven. Made some toaster oven items the other day, and that turned out pretty good. And it's funny because I've been wanting to get back into my movie library, my catalog, my library. Let me just take a look. So I've set up over by my Blu-ray player, I've set up Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Bolt, Drag Me to Hell, which is the Sam Raimi horror movie, Drag Me to Hell. Those are the 3 movies that I have set up that I've been wanting to watch. Haven't gotten around to it. Not yet. Was it? Well, I was going to say, was it last night? But it clearly was not last night. Yesterday was Skyrim. That was all. Yesterday was Skyrim. But the day before that, I watched Nausicaa. The other day. I hadn't seen that in years. It's still pretty good. It's still a very beautiful movie. Yeah, I'm starting to get tired and I'm starting to get hungry. And I'm starting to crave popcorn of all things. I think I might go make some popcorn and watch a movie. I mean, realistically, I should go to bed. But again, having just slept 6 hours. But I'm pretty certain the one thing I can't do is play Skyrim.
Turbo Meowser said gourmet popcorn when.
Oh yeah, hold on a sec. Let me go and see. Gotta go to Howard and see this thing. Yeah, so I picked up some popcorn. Let me just see if I can pull it up in a window here for you. It's funny you should mention gourmet popcorn. Copy, open image in new tab, save image as, sure. Save as typed. Yep, that's what I want. Okay, and then we'll go over here and we'll pull it up. Wait, I can't do that. There we go. This is the popcorn seasoning product that I've purchased. I'm gonna put that on my popcorn. I'm gonna make popcorn and then I'm gonna put that on my popcorn. Popcorn seasoning. Lots of cheddar in it, some salt. Made with real cheese, no artificial coloring. Yeah, it looks pretty good. White cheddar. Anyway, so yeah, that's the, I was looking forward to that. So. But the downside is having to cook the popcorn, and I was a little bit reticent.
Turbo Meowser said yummers.
Oh yeah, it looks really good. Like, have you seen that, they got some popcorn out, it's called Smart Corn. And it's effectively popcorn with white cheddar. I'll tell you, I love that stuff. I love that stuff so much. So this is like a homemade version of that. And I'm on board for that. And you know what else I've been watching? I've been watching the Sherlock Hound episodes. Which, since I'm here and on the topic, Sherlock. If you're not certain what Sherlock Hound is, it's effectively, open image, new tab. effectively, this is Sherlock Hound. I've been watching a lot of this lately. It's Sherlock Holmes. The little Scottish Terrier is Watson, Dr. Watson. And it's Studio Ghibli. And it takes place in kind of a steampunk England. Steampunk England. And it's really good. So anyway, I've been watching a lot of that lately.
Turbo Meowser said I've heard of it. How was it?
I love it. It's light, it's harmless, it's gentle, there's nothing to it. It's Saturday morning cartoon popcorn fare. Like, Sherlock Holmes is always trying to take on Moriarty. Moriarty is always trying to pull off some scheme, but it's not detective work. It's Saturday morning cartoon fare. Haha, if I create a submarine, then I can go and steal gold. Like, that's literally the entire grand scheme. Oh no, how is Sherlock Holmes going to solve this one? Oh, he went down to the dock and he saw a submarine. So, you don't go into a Sherlock Hound episode expecting detective work. But it's all Miyazaki and it's quite beautiful. It's incredibly gorgeous, as Miyazaki is. Apparently he made it before he made Lupin, Castle of Cagliostro. And then while he was making Lupin, Castle of Cagliostro, he also made Nausicaa shortly after. And that's where he got started. But The Adventures of Sherlock Hound is so fun. It's just so brainless. It is so brain dead. It's just wonderful. There's no incentive to solve crime. There's no, there's no rhyme. There's no reason. So yeah, I might do up some popcorn and then go watch a couple of episodes of that. That actually sounds quite fun. Alright, there we go. That's a bit cleaner. We got a lot more of the groundwork done. Quite a few places on the playground. Still lots to do, but we're at 68% clean, and I'm comfortable with that. Alright, everyone. We're going to call the stream. That's, yeah, I think we're doing quite well. So, thanks for all watching. It's great having y'all aboard. It's always fun having some chaos and some fun and some hilarity. I want to thank everyone for listening to me relate stories of my family and my childhood, my addictions with Skyrim, and my cooking lessons. In other words, it's just a typical stream. So, thank you, everyone. You take care. It's a Saturday night. Go and, make some food. Enjoy the springtime weather, because summer's just around the corner.
Turbo Meowser said it's always a pleasure seeing Yat.
Yeah, and thank you for hanging out with me on this fine stream. I find it amusing that Meeg is not here for the conclusion. But then again, Meeg installed Skyrim, and I don't think we're going to hear from her for probably another 6
It's
months.
Meek said always fun with badass cat.
What? You're here? You installed Skyrim. I was not expecting to hear from you until 2030.
It's Meek said LOL I don't think I like it TBH.
You got to give some time, and also mods really make
It's
it.
Meek said needs more time in it.
Yeah. There's a Pixar mod. There's a Pixar mod that was created which changes the entire landscape into Pixar. Everything becomes plastic trees, brightly colored. It's a beautiful thing. Pixar mod. Go and find the Pixar mod. It really changed, because you hear them talking about like, yes, we're in the Civil War and the factions are going to battle against each other, but they're all shaped like plastic toys, and it's wonderful. Anyway, that's a Pixar mod. Go and find it. Okay. Everyone, we're concluding. It's wonderful, great, always having a fine time with Badass Cat, who should be purple, but maybe sometimes isn't. And yeah, that's it. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great night, everybody.
Tethercat said thanks for watching. Tethercat said thanks for watching.